Yo, what's good everybody? Welcome back to the Bear Down Meech channel. Today's video, we are going to be going over the Road to Glory gameplay deep dive blog for College Football 25. Now listen, if you saw the last video, we went over the Ultimate Team deep dive blog and kind of gave all the information here. Now the Road to Glory, just as the Ultimate Team when I did, I'm definitely not reading through this thing. This thing is beefy. When I mean it is beefy, they put a ton of care and time into this blog. So I'm definitely not going to be reading this word for word. Like I said, I'm just going to basically be summarizing it, kind of giving you the idea and the basis of what exactly is so that you know what to expect when the game drops. All right. So listen, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it because we do have to go over quite a few things. But like I said, we're going to make this as quick and painless as possible. All right. So jumping into what Road to Glory is, it's basically where you take your college athlete, your student athlete, and you go through the life of them. Now, the thing that's different about Road to Glory from some of the other sports storylines, I guess you would say, is that this thing is in depth, man. I mean, like, if you want to read all this, I'll put the link in the description, but they go in depth with what you have to do. So let's just kind of go ahead and get into some of the meat and potatoes here. Again, they kind of talk about how it is week to week experience. So there's decisions you're going to be needing to make. You really do determine what your college career is. Again, living the life of the college athlete. And they said that it's fast and fun, it's highly replayable, saying that those different decisions you make determine different outcomes. One thing branches to another. It looks great, man. It looks really great. And I'm not a super offline player, but this is probably what I'm going to be doing for the majority of the game. So, all right, let's kind of get into the creation. Just kind of talk a little bit what we have here. So you see these selections you get. The first thing you're going to be doing is choosing a prospect you want. So do you want an elite level prospect, blue chip, contributor, underdog? Obviously, you're going to face different challenges for each one. Elite, obviously, where you're getting a little bit more favorable ability to step in right away. Underdog, you're going to have to go through the most gruesome trials and tribulations to get there. After you select your prospect, of course, you have the ability to go between a quarterback, a halfback, a wide receiver, middle linebacker, and cornerback. So I'm sorry if you love defensive line play, it's just not happening. All right, but those are the position groups that you have to go from. And then once you choose that position, you're going to go into an archetype. Obviously, this is going to shape who you are. Pocket QBs, be a little slower. Scrambling QBs, a little bit faster, but not as good as throwing as pocket QBs. It's obviously, you know, that is what it is. And that's going to go for every single position. All right. Now, obviously, you're going to put in your details and things. You'll get different mental abilities based on what you're choosing. So again, your decisions matter 110%. All right, this is just saying how you start off. They're going to be asking you some questions and things, and then you obviously get to select your school. You're going to see what schools are being offered, what type of offense and defensive scheme they're running, where you are in that depth chart, and just kind of everything you need to know to make that decision. Now, this weekly management, again, this just talks about how you balance your player, and when it gets deep, man. I'm talking about you need to go to practice certain things and earn coach trust. Coach trust obviously gets you closer to starting and things like that. So there's mini games, there's skill games, and then once you go into it a little bit deeper, obviously you have to balance your academics, the leadership with the team, your health, because the wear and tear system is inside of that. And the wear and tear system, essentially what that is just keeping your player healthy. There's going to be different ways, that your player is getting either injured and things like that. You have to manage all of it. Training to help your player get better. So gaining your attribute points for your skill points, things like that. And also brand. They have brand awareness in here, which leads to NIL deals. All right. So again, academics, you're just going to have to make decisions whether you're studying, or whether you choose to go out and party. That could affect your GPA. But if your GPA drops, you could get taken out. So like I said, man, this game is definitely very, very immersive. Now there's different things where you can heighten your GPA, of course, by different, if you get different like specific deals and stuff like that. Like certain things can help out, but like this screenshot says, you can become ineligible, so you got to keep up with that. Leadership is just how your team reacts on the field, how they get behind you, gives you different perks and things like that. Obviously, here's the health with the wear and tear. Again, you have to manage this to make sure you're actually able to play, physically able to get on the field. Training helps your skill points, you know, to help your players' attributes go up and things like that. And then your brand stuff is for your NIL deals, which will be a part of the college experience. So this is literally just saying the dilemmas between, like I was saying, if you choose to study or go out, they both help in a way and they both are negative in a way. So you have to balance it out and kind of just forge your own path, man. So that's what they mean by replayability. It's so many different decisions you can do, even with just one position. So you could replay it and have a completely different college career amongst quarterback, you know? So that it sounds really good, man. Like I said, not a huge offline guy, but this just sounds amazing. There's even, you know, position battle. So as you gain the coach's trust, you'll be able to get into position battle to, you know, move up in the depth chart, but you can lose the position battles as well and have to restart from ground zero. So that is also a thing. Again, this is just talking about gameplay, training, the skill groups. Obviously this also helps when you're in game. If you're meeting certain goals and things like that, you can either get some boosts to certain skill groups, or you can get abilities if you meet those requirements to up your tier in those abilities. And then in the game, so they added a lot in the game, and look at the screenshot right here. It looks really, really beautiful. But the gameplay, there's different camera angles and things like that they're talking about here, that actually you can feel that you're playing that position instead of just kind of like the default angles and stuff that we have. Again, you have to manage your wear and tear in the game. So if you're getting smacked across your head every single play, eventually you may have to get pulled out, you know, or you may get injured. So it's really game time decisions as well. Just everything matters in this thing. Every decision you make matters. Let's say you're a QB and you want to be reckless and you keep getting hit. You know, you maybe you aren't sliding as much. Wear and tear can affect you. That could affect your playing time or your injury status. The play calling, they even took it as deep as the play calling. So when you're first getting in, you're going to be given it the limited playbook. Obviously, you're only going to be able to select from one thing. Now, I think it said you'll still be able to hot route and stuff if you're the quarterback, but you won't be able to just have full access to the playbook until you start proving it on the field, and then you will start getting more access to it. And then they also included the transfer portal. So look, I'm telling you, when they made this the actual experience, they made it. So it's just so many different decisions you can make, so many different paths you can take. It sounds amazing, to be completely honest. They really looked like they did a good job with this. And then this, of course, as always, if you play NCAA football in the past, you always could take your player and export them over to Madden 25. Well, that is still here. So the bread and butter of what made the road to glory is still back, and you can still transfer them over to Madden. So look, that was my deep dive summary. It looks like it was about 8 minutes long. Guarantee you're going to take more than 8 minutes to read this whole thing, but I'll put the link in the description. Again, I appreciate everybody who's taking the time to interact with this content. Sorry. What do you all think about this mode? Do you think you're going to be enjoying it? Does this sound as good to you as it is to me? Let me know down in the comments. I'm definitely interested to see what you all think, man. But like I said, if you are new to the channel and haven't already, please do consider subscribing to the channel. You know, it definitely helps me grow this channel. And I definitely would appreciate it if you would. Please go ahead and leave a like, as it does help the video get recommended and pushed out into the YouTube algorithm. And again, as always, I appreciate you all 200,000%, man. So that is all for this one. Hopefully we see you all in the next one. And until then, we're out.